What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. As ever, I generally do appreciate it. If you've not done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button, if you could like the video for me, if you could also share it for me, turn your notifications on, and if you've got any comments, which you may have, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. Well, 2-2, Desmond with Sunderland. How to describe this one? Right, okay. Let's get the Meslier thing out of the way. He should have saved it. No two ways about it. The ball's bobbling in. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he was thinking. There's talk that it's hit something and spun in a weird kind of way, so it's changed direction, but still, he should be saving that ball 100% every day of the week. Should be saving it. So yes, he is at fault for the goal. Let that be in no question at all. He is at fault for the goal, but also the person that gives away the free kick is also at fault, or the person that doesn't get up to head the ball is at fault as well. It's one of those ridiculous, silly situations, and we should all be here, you know, lauding what was technically a very, very good performance, a very, very good team performance, where our defenders really stood up. Rodon looked more like the Rodon that we knew. Struijk looked like how Struijk does. Firpo gets a goal. The midfield looked really good. Tanaka and Rothwell looked fantastic. Nonto, that's the best game he's played for such a long time without scoring a goal. You know, assisted 2 goals tonight. His overall play was good. His strength was good. I thought Ramzani was good, but looked tired. I thought Aronson looked knackered as well by the time the game was getting close to the end. Pirou had a good game. You know, we all went, oh my God, he's put Pirou on. Why has he done that? And Pirou scores a lovely, lovely header. And his all-round play up until the point that he got substituted was okay. I thought that... Joseph was okay when he came on. Schmidt was okay when he came on as well. You could tell clearly they were all, you know, knackered by the end of the game, which is what you want. It's what it should be. But they now all go off, obviously, on international duty, and they kind of we get a chance to have people rest and relax, and it's gutting because you walk away from that and you go, well, it feels like a defeat. Conceding a last-minute equaliser always feels like a defeat. But in the cold light of day, we're unbeaten after a very, very tricky game. Let's not forget the fact that Sunderland haven't conceded at home yet this season at all. I'd also like to say all of the Sunderland players that were disappearing off to go and leave at like 10 minutes to go when there's still, you know, a goal to be scored. That made me giggle a little bit, but whatever. You could tell that the team had played, you know, 3 games in 6 days, pretty much. So on the face of it, it's, you know, another 5 points on the board, another... They scored first, we get the goal back. We should have seen it out. We were defending really, really well. Yes, it's disappointing, and it is. It's really, really disappointing, but you've got to get over it and move on to the next one. You can't legislate for it. There's still 111 points left to play for. Watching that game and how we played tonight with what is technically our second-string midfield, and the way that they pretty much bossed it. I'm not saying they were absolutely outstanding, but they were in control. They never really looked massively, massively troubled. It's quite clear what Sunderland's game plan wasn't kind of all-out attack. What they wanted to do was catch us in the transition on the break, and they did it a couple of times and they got in, but again, the defence stood firm. I tweeted out, which I regret tweeting now, about Meslier catching the ball. You know, he's caught it 4 times in a row. What's going on? This isn't a drill. And then within the space of 20 seconds, they then go and that goal goes in. It's... Like I said, you can't legislate for it. And I know a lot of people are mentioning about the fact that he was laughing and smiling with the Sunderland manager at the end. But I believe, well, I don't believe, I know, the Sunderland manager was his coach when he was in the youth team, when he was back in France. So let's not read loads and loads into that. But I just wanted to touch on... the vitriolic reaction that we have sometimes as football fans, and how sometimes it can go too far in terms of the things that people can say or the things that people can do, and just how nasty certain people can get. And I don't want to see that everybody has a right to be upset. Everybody has a right to say that's an idiotic thing to do. He should have saved the ball. But there's a way of being able to do it without getting nasty and awful about it as well. There's a grown-up way of doing it, shall we say. But just it's that typical response from us sometimes, I feel like, where, and I was on Just Joe's reaction thing, and we're all pissed off. It's one of those things. We're all annoyed at it. But you see it in the comments. Sack Fark, sack Meslier. That's it. We might as well, throw the towel in. We might as well not do this, that, and it just this obsession with being in the mire. It won't be good unless we're in the mire all the time. And I want to sit and swim in the pool of negativity. And again, I'm not trying to take away somebody's right from being able to complain or to be upset or to be annoyed about a football match. Of course, you have every right to do that, but that is hands down the best we've played all season in terms of managing the game, take the goal in the last minute out of the situation, and in terms of playing and standing up to what is effectively currently the best team in the league. And it is important to remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. There'll be teams in that top 6 now, I would suggest top 2, that will run out of steam slightly. And we have a massive game against Sheffield United and coming up after the international break. I think the international break has probably come for us for once just at the right time, obviously with injuries and little bits and pieces and stuff like that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how it kind of progresses from where we are now. But whilst it's okay to be pissed off, annoyed and fed up about it, and you can't say anything nice about anybody, that's fine, I get it, but just try and relax a little bit. It isn't the end of the world. It's not terminal by any stretch of the imagination. Since Sunderland drawing with us, yes, they got that point out of nowhere, but they've also dropped 2 points as well. So that's another way of looking at it. It's 2 points maybe potentially gained on a rival, but we've just got to keep plugging forward. This league is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And this isn't let's just throw in the towel situation. You've got to keep at it. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep doing the best that you can do and keep moving forwards. Again, the last 2 games, we have effectively had a makeshift midfield. These guys are still getting used to playing with each other in the midfield, Rothwell and Tanaka, and I think they did a phenomenal job tonight. And then you've got 2 wingers in Nonto and Ramazani, who are doing absolute bits in terms of the way that they played and everything and what they're bringing to the table, especially when you consider the fact that Solomon is out injured and we don't know when he's going to be coming back. Biscuit legs, as I'm going to now call him. And Dan James is still out as well. Once we start to get some more players back, then we'll start to see a real difference again in the squad, and it can only go up, in all honesty. I'm still genuinely confident, very, very confident in this team by a long way. It's just one of those really, really shitty moments that happens in football sometimes, and we take the point, we're sitting in 4th, we move on to the next one. That's the only way I can describe it. That's going to do it for this one. I've had a chance to calm down and kind of gather my thoughts with it a little bit easier than what I've been able to do previously. So all I'm saying is you've got every right to be annoyed, you've got every right to be upset, but let's just let it breathe and let it move forwards and move on to the next one. Don't let this define the season. And I've already seen the comments on Twitter and I've seen them online on people's live streams and stuff. Just chill out. Just for God's sakes, just chill out. That's the best advice I can give as a middle-aged, slightly balded man. If you haven't done so already, if you could subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on. Comments, please feel free, put them in the comment section down below. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but opinions are like ourselves. Everybody's got one. Take care of yourselves. Most importantly, take care of each other, and enjoy the international break. Speak soon.